Yeah, not display. Is it visible? Yeah. Giridhar, is it visible? Is it audible? Yeah. Okay, we'll start. Before that, one sec. Mm, There, yeah, is there no anyone? Yeah, is it audible, right? Yeah, okay, fine. Thanks for your update, Giridhar. So, yeah, the agenda is one sec. Okay, yeah, welcome you all for this live streaming. And agenda of this streaming is discussion. Whatever we have, a few discussion. Actually, we have done a lot of discussion in our WhatsApp group, but this is selective questions. What are the questions have been asked in the comment section? So I have just taken that one, and what are the queries we just got an answer. So for those things also I have given in this. So probably this will take around 10 to 20 15 minutes. So yeah, we'll start. One sec. Before that, yes, I'll just share this to our group. Okay. Yeah, wait. Yeah, I think someone shared. Sir, 7 minutes remaining. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your update. One sec. Mm, 6. Yeah. Okay. We'll start. Okay. Okay. See, this is just a it's a very common question that so far we have discussing. Like, what happens if the can or the node has sent two IDs, that is the same IDs at the same time. So whenever the two nodes uses the same ID, there is no problem if they both nodes are sending at the instance. If both are send the message with same ID at the same instance, then the bus will definitely get access. There will be no problem with bus access, and it will definitely transmit also. But during arbitration phase, as both ID have the same same ID, the both messages have the same ID, so there will be the arbitration problem will not, because as it's can is a and logic, so it will just make and like 0 0, so it will just make it as 0 0, so it will pass through the phase, the arbitration phase also successfully, it will pass. Then during the data transmission phase, the data has will not accept, so that there the arbitration will done, if the transmission also will happen, but at the end the both data are not same, then the bit error is thrown. So for example, see, that's what the concept, like yeah, some answers I have been seen, like it is not possible, it will throw some irrelevant error, so it's not like that. So actually it is possible, you can just try with some same ID, so it is possible, but the thing is you'll get the bit error. Then this is RTR. So here RTR is 1 bit. It is a part of arbitration. It is 0 for the data frame and 1 for the remote frame. So this field helps to win the arbitration. See, the can messages or particularly have a special feature, that arbitration, that which ID should pass. So it depends on the arbitration process. So this arbitration process is carried out in the RTR field only. Okay, so when data and remote frame transmitted simultaneously. Okay, so since this bit is 0, data frame, so data frame gets higher priority over remote frame. So if data frame and remote frame together works, then data frame will always get a higher priority. Okay, then actually this is not my answer, or this is not I have prepared. I have just took a screenshot that whatever we have been discussing in our WhatsApp group, so that it may reach everyone. Okay, static check means just what happened. Is it any network problem? Can you explain communication flow with example? SWH4. Okay, is it possible with same IDs different baud rate? No, baud rate is not possible. Okay, we'll discuss it again. Okay, one sec. Okay, so static check, so this is also a kind of check. It means just cross verify the programming file what we have written in the program. So dynamic, so static check is just to cross verify the programming file whether the programming file is there or not, or it is matching, sometimes it may consider hash file. Then dynamic check means we will execute that the program manually automatically, and it's not excited. Okay, cross verifying the results with the expected. So here the dynamic check means it is checking the results, whereas static check means it will check only for the software. See, it's also in another word, the static check means just cross verify the programming file what we wrote in the program. So the results may varies, or say for example, if you are expecting some result but you are not getting the exact result, so their dynamic check will give you the error. Then see, bus off. Okay, so first is why you will make the ECU as a bus off. Okay, so this is actually a question that in CAN, bus off is one of the bus off plays a very important role. If any misbehavior happens to the CAN, that means say if CAN has short in the CAN low and CAN high, or in those kind of perspective, we'll get the bus off error. So even we can intentionally create this bus of error to check the behavior of the system. So here the question is first why you will make the ECU as a bus off. So that's what the intentionally we are making. The question is why. Okay, so because for this ECU, for the ECU, the total CAN channel is disturbing and continuously sending error frame which nobody will able to send data frame, which causes all ECUs available this will be not able to communicate. So to prevent this, ECU will go to bus off state, and then will it reset. So since, okay, so here the thing is why bus off and what is the impact of bus off. See, bus off means say if you have multiple nodes, if all the nodes are communicating with each other, say for example ABCD, there are four nodes. All the nodes are communicating. Suddenly the node C has some problem. So there is some problem, like there is some problem, physical problem, or any any programming error. So at the time the node C cannot able to transmit. So at the time the particular node will goes off, that is bus off. So this is not only because of this software, also if the can high and can low or short each other, then you will get that. So that means the particular node is not available to transmit or receive any messages. So that is what the concept behind the bus off error. And the checking the bus off error is to, yes, we are ensuring that the behavior is working fine or not. So that's all about the bus off error. Then see, this is actually one question in CAPL. What is a code to print the current system timing in milliseconds in CAPL? Anyone have idea? Okay, so this is also again in the group. So all the messages are in the group only. Okay, so here you can use the syntax called get local time string show time. So sn print message name, L count, then message name, then date and time, then percentage s show time. So you can use this syntax. You can use this syntax to display the current time in the CAPL. Okay, this is actually a CAPL script. Then a basic question: what is meant by PCI code for PCI value? How important they are in UDS nowadays? So PCI is just a length, it's a protocol information. So it is just a declare. See how in any code how you are declaring a data type. Before using a variable, you are declaring the data type. In the same way, what is the length you are going to use for a particular request or response? Oh, sorry, request and even a response. So tester used to give the PCI length as from the request side, and tester then the server will send you the response in the as a PCI length. For say for example, if you are using again the basic sessions diagnostic session control, you are sending 1001. So 10 and 01 are only 2 bytes of data, so you have to mention 02. That means 02 10 01. So the EC will send the responses 50 01. If it is any parameter, say for example you have 3 bytes of parameter, then 50 01, then 3 bytes of parameter, so 5, it will give the response as 05, followed with the positive response service ID with these parameters. Okay, then wire or cable harness means bunch of, okay, see, here the question is actually here, I'm displaying only the answer. The question is why we are going for the CAN protocol or FlexRay or even LIN. So the advantage of protocol is, actually protocol is nothing but just a piece of wire. Okay, so if you take a CAN, it is just a piece of wire. So why you are going for that? Before that, we before this protocol we are using the harness, wiring harness. So the wiring harness is, the weight of the wiring harness is very, it's a very high. So it's not imaginable like we are using the wires for our house. So it's not like that, but it is very heavy, that the mileage of the car used to drops because of the weight of the harness. So that is one main impact. And also the bunch of wires. So if any wire damage or if any wire start to fire, then every single piece of wires used to catch very easily with short span of time. So also it's very difficult to find where the problem is. To avoid these kind of issues, we are going for the protocol like CAN. Here they have shielded twisted pair cable or optic fiber cable to reduce the wire harness. So ultimately wiring in car will becomes less, so mileage also increases. So this is one advantage of ignoring harness, wiring harness, and going for a protocol. Yes. Okay, so here in extended format, okay, a single message 8. But if you're using, okay, so actually the question is, if you want to use more, more number without any limitation, if you want to use any protocol, so what we can go for? So he can, here the answer is you can go for J1939. There is no limit for data types until our ECU can handle it. So it depends on the ECU, and there is no maximum limit in terms of data byte. Okay, 4 stars we got, sorry, 4 hearts. Comparing to previous session, we got more heart in. Okay, so factor, actually here the question is what is factor, what is offset. So before going to this factor or offset, we'll just look on this. Okay, wait. Mm, yeah, actually this is a formula, conversion formula. Someone have asked the relationship between the raw value and physical value, as the input we are giving in the canalizer. Okay, no. Okay, so this is a conversion formula. See, the raw value equal to physical value minus offset divided by factor. So here, what is raw value, what is physical value? So physical value is the value what we are giving. Okay, so raw value is the value what they are, see, where physical value is a value the signal after it's saturated. So using the, sorry, raw value is a signal what we are giving. Okay, that's what raw. uh, so if you want, if you are giving any signals, even you can give the same unified diagnostic service in the canalizer. Or if you want to give any signal value, we can go for a raw value. So that is considered as raw value. But the ECU or the emulation setup will not take the raw value as it is. It will just convert by using some formulas. So that here we are going for a formulas like physical value minus offset by factor. So here, from this I am going to give, see, the specify the offset value to apply. So offset means, okay, so here offset means to adjust something. Okay, it is like calibration of data. So we can give the definition. Offset, specify the offset value to apply, convert the physical value, that is signal, to the raw value packed in the message. See the conversion formula to understand how physical value are converted to the raw value packed into a message. Before that, we'll just look on this. Sorry. Yeah. So factor, specify the factor value to apply the convert the physical value signal value to the raw value packed into the message. So the conversion formula which gives, for every each and every parameter there will be the offset or the factor. So even for wheel speed, even for the brake whatever you are applying, or the rate of inflating airbag, so everything there will be the offset that the code has, the in the code they have been implemented. So you have to, if you want to convert the physical value into raw value, you have to go for it. Else if you want to take a physical value, then you just keep the physical value in the right, and just remaining factor and offset to the left. So even there, by this way also you can get. But the formula you can note it down as a raw value equal to physical value minus offset divided by factor. So factor is factor changes, the factor and offset both changes to the project to project. This is a parameter to parameter. Like we for wheel speed circumference you will have factor, or for wheel speed you will have the offset. So everything you'll have these stuff. So this is one concept that you have to look on it. Okay, then we'll again continue with where we left. Okay, yeah. So here, what is the difference between G and IG block, and what is the difference between? So what is the main difference? So which one we prefer to send the message? Okay, so runtime input change is possible in IG block. See, if you want to, so again, which one you prefer is not a reasonable question. So what is your requirement? So you can work as per that. So in the same way, if you are if you are going for something that you want to change time to time when the can measurement is running, you can go for the IG block. It is a single window, where G block doesn't have a change of input, and the configuration for G block takes a lot of windows. Like you have to configure, and you have to stick with some values that whatever you want to give in the G block. Then, so 29-bit identifiers would be so the question is, this is one of the interview question. Okay, why do we need can 29-bit identifier frame? Okay, 29-bit identifier would be mainly used for trucks, tractors, JCB, and many off-road vehicles which have many functionalities apart from normal functionality of engine. That is, JCB will be using engine power to lift apart from traction. So in such cases, more messages are needed. So as others said, when you need more message, you need, so it's a very good answer actually. So the question is, why you want 29-bit, why you want extended can. So many can give the answers, like you, if you want to send a more data, if you want to send more message, what is more message or what is more data? Here the answer has been given in a clear way. If you want to take off-road vehicles, the like tractors or JCB, so it need more power to lift the stuffs like stone, or for constructing the building or destruction of building. So it need more engine power. So for that stuff we need more messages that to be transmit and receive. So we are going for this 29-bit identifier. Yeah, so you can give this answer. So that's a very is a reasonable answer, so you can go for it. Then, can someone help with me some basic info about BAP? So BAP protocol is one of the protocol just to allocate the bandwidth for different communication protocol like CAN in data link layer. It is responsible for bandwidth actually BAP is bandwidth protocol. There is a it is just responsible to allocate the bandwidth for the communication. Like what are the if say if CAN if have some bandwidth, then it can the CAN should obey the bandwidth protocol. So that actually it's not a single component, it's not a single rule or single protocol, as it is a set of rules which combine as a protocol. So in the same way, the bandwidth also be used to stick with some protocol. Hence the BAP plays a role on it. So actually it's not so mandatory, but if you want to learn as additional, you can just know it. Then this is again common question that we used to discuss. um, okay, so there are three states of error states in the can. What are the states again? Yeah, it's a error active, error passive, then bus off state. So if the ECU, see, say again, I have given the same example at the beginning. If you have four nodes, then the node A, B, C, D is communicating, and C is not communicating. So that so C will start to not communicate. At the time, it will count the value. So if the error count, so if the node is not communicating, then it will start to send an error message. If the error count is increasing, then as per the error count, the states will differ. Say if it is the error count is less than or equal to 127, then the error state, that is error active will error active uh, error will start to flag. Then passive error means it's if it is a 128 to 255, then passive error. If it goes beyond the 255, then bus off state will start to reflect. So that is what about the three error states in the can. Yep. Okay, this will be the final question I'll ask you. Okay, when we are using 27 service id, first we need to send. Okay, so what is the structure? Actually, this is one of the common question. If you tell to anyone like, yeah, I am somewhat good at uds protocol, then the very familiar question and expecting question is about 27 service, because it is somewhat quite interesting, and it gives significance and impact to the uds protocol. So when we are using the service that is 27, we need to send a seed value, or always odd number. We'll get the seed response. Okay, then again we'll get the key. So when we are sending the request to unlock the ecu, you'll get the value for the seed. So once you got the seed value, you can manipulate the seed value into the key value. That is, the key value can be manipulating by many ways. Like, it's not only like, for there, some in some place we will have the stuff like the tools. Okay, the some OEM, they used to give the uh, tools, that if you give the seed value, automatically the key will convert. And in some OEM, you have to convert it into manually. There you can get two ways of concept. There two concepts you'll get, like stored values and calculated value. Some OEM, as you are working on the basic level, they will give the key value as a stored value, that you don't want to calculate, you don't want to manipulate anything. But if you want, if your code is somewhat stabilized, there you will go for the calculated value. If for every seed there will be the how otp comes, like that, the for the instant you will get some key, that would be the value can be used to unlock the issue. And here, by the way, here I would like to tell one more thing about the security access. So how long the security is to be in unlock state? So that's also a question. See, if you unlock the ecu, then you want to do the manipulation. Like, if you want to run a routine, or if you want to run any kind of, so you have to do as soon as possible, because most of the ECUs, the unlock state time will be 30 seconds. Hence, within 30 seconds you have to use what you want. If exceeds, then you will not able to perform the operation, the ECU go to lock state, then again you have to unlock. So that is also another question, like how long the ECU will be unlocked. So it will not be unlocked till you complete your operation. So, and there is no option to lock the ECU manually. It will automatically unlock and lock. Sorry, it will automatically lock once you unlock using key value. Okay, then diagnostic, this is another question. This is the answer. Actually, diagnostic data is not transferred in separate frame. Okay, see, the question is, how can and diagnostics are related. Actually, diagnostics data is not transferred in separate frame format. It is transferred in the can frame format itself. This is called uds on can. Okay, so even you have a photo like diagnostic engineering tool, that there you can transfer. But the communication will, even if you communicate by any way, if you check on your can trace, your request and response always reflect. So that's what uds on can. Then how to know which service supported in the which session. So it's completely on requirement specification. And also you should have some basic knowledge about iso 14229, so that you can come to know, so in which service what are the sessions need to support, everything, and what are the nrcs can support. So those things, and also you can go for requirements. Okay, then what is the simulation setup, how to explain in interview. Yeah, it's simulation setup is just a hill environment. If you are working on a hill, if you're not working on a hill, what are the ec you are using, that's all about the simulation setup. It's just a creating, it's just an environment what we are creating for our easiness. We can transmit signal, set frequency, bandwidth, etc. by using simulation. Simulation setup may be any closed loop system or open loop system, or even hill system. Then create story by picking any one of the above scenario how you use in your project. So that's it, this is how you should answer in this. Then, yeah. How to identify, we are using 11-bit identifier, 29-bit identifier. So how you can, so the first thing is, if you start to work on canalizer or Kano tool, there is the option that what kind of addressing you are working in, like 11-bit or 29 bits standard or extended. Even your logging in your logging tab you can find this thing. So apart from this, you can find in, see, for 11 bit it will have 4095 messages. If you find more than that, then it is extended, that's 29 bit. In IG block, if it is only 8 bit, then it is a standard, and if you find more than that is 29 bit. Then, okay, can you write normal capital script to identify? Okay, here the question is, can you write a script for retrieving the ECU number in the capital? That is possible. Actually, EC serial number or win number, whatever it is, all are data. So for retrieving data, you have the service. So you can retrieve like for 29 service, you can use to retrieve the data, like serial number, BB number, part number, win number. So what are the number we are using, so we can use, or so what are the OEM you are working for, you have the specific number. For that you can yeah, even everything is given in the ISO. What are the identification number you can receive, what are the software fingerprint number, what are the application fingerprint, everything you can retrieve in the particular stuff. Okay, then UDS service. Okay, why UDS service? What, where they used to work? Yeah, you are studying, you are learning UDS, but why and where they are working? So UDS service are used by dealers while servicing the car, and also by the user. These is actually, as we people are over smart, so we use a smartphone that we can in our apps we can work with UDS by session request see, then read date, read DTC, clear DTC, frequently used service we can use. And if reprogramming is necessary, then the request download transfer are used along with this. So for generally for a workshop or for a service, we are using UDS. Then may know the voltage levels for high, low, and ideal in CAN protocol. So CAN high is 3.75, CAN low is 1.25. The difference between the CAN high and CAN low is again 2.5. So this is the CAN ideal state. It's also considers a differential voltage. What is the difference in the CAN high and CAN low? Yeah. And delimiter. So delimiter is another concept. Okay, actually in a very brief way, I can give a example. Like the delimiter can be used to check the can frame format, that is the other words, it will be used for error check, form check, or form error detection. It is always a recessive because it helps to resynchronize. And yeah, so this is what the answer. It is just to checking the error in the form error or a form error detection, and it's also a recessive one for a resynchronization. Okay, this is what delimiter. Then how to find a can baud rate if you don't know anything about the project? Normally it depends on type of can you use. Based on the type, you can select the default if you don't know what baud rate, then you can go for default baud rate. Else you can also calculating using the baud rate formula. See, baud rate equal to f can by 2 into brp plus 1, then 3 into 3 plus tseg, all are given in your it should be given in your project. So instead of that, you can again go for the default baud rate. Or else if the measurement setup has been done by someone, then you can just go and check on the baud rate window in the canalizer. Okay, now you can find that. Okay. Yes, this is a question that P2, the timer, P1 timer, P2 timer, P2 max. Okay, so we'll have a short look on this. P2 max server time is a max time for a server to respond for a request received from a client. So it's a client send a request. So actually this timer is, where, so first you have to get idea that where this timer is coming into a picture. So if there is if the tester and client are communicating, or tester and server is to communicate with each other, the time between the request and response is considered as a P1 timer, P2 timer. So here we have, see, P2 max server time is a max time for a server to respond for a request received from a client. Example, 10.250 ms, that is 1001 request is sent from the client. If P2 max time is considered as a 10 ms, then response should come before 20. So see the time difference. So within 10 milliseconds, the response should be logged. So that is what the P2 max timer. In other way, P2 max is a maximum time a client waits for the response from the server after request is sent out. If within the maximum time, if the server not sent any response, then it will goes for the response pending, or no response from the ECU. Then My half an hour done. Yeah. An open question for you all is, yeah, consider if a car moves with 150 kilometer per hour. Okay, so observing four wheels isn't same, that is the 150 kilometer per hour. So four wheels we have, the four wheels are in a same velocity, the speed of the wheels is same. if if one wheel, not I wheel, if one wheel puncture, if one wheel become puncture, then how would be the speed of the one wheel? So it's an open discussion. You can just give the hint I can get is the whether the wheel speed will, the particular wheel speed will be decreases or increases. This is what the answer you want to give in the comment. Before that, I'll check what are the comment we have getting. Okay, so what is 127 in the bus? So okay, I'll get 78. Okay, see, so how will you get 78? So 78 is a busy request. Okay, so ECU is busy. Hence, if see, if you do some operation, at the time the ECU is processing the operation. Within that, if you are sending some request again and again, then you will get the responses NRC 78. Yeah, Giridhar given the increases, you can give why the what is the reason, how the why the particular wheel increases. Okay, so what is 127? Actually 127 is just a count, it's error count. For TX it is 8. If TX comes 8, then RX will become 1. So this is actually one concept that we have given in our channel also. In our video we have given the like in CAN protocol video we have given clearly that if TX 8 counts complete, the RX 1 count it's actually it's error count. The 127 is error count. And in 127 you will not get bus off. In if the error count beyond 250 you will get bus off. Okay, then so what is on the, okay, I have UDS clarification, can I ask? Yes, you can ask UDS clarification. Can you please tell me how to install Canvas software? So the Canvas software can be installed. You go to Vector website. In Vector website you can have option called download demo. If you click on that, you will ask the specification, like what is the PC con what bit, 64 bit or 32 bit, and what software you want Canalizer or Cano, like that. You just click, and once you give on download, sometimes you will get the link to your mail. Give me your information, then you can give you know you can give some your inputs, like your name, your address, everything. Then they'll share you the link. If you click on the link, you will get this demo software that you can install and you can enjoy. Okay, then sir, and UDS tools offline, tells offline. Okay, so in sorry, UDS tools of, I didn't get your question sir. And you UDS tools offline, no, I didn't get. I have so many DTCs. Did you say 100? How much memory it requires? It depends on memory. It depends on the DTC. See, if DTC is 3 bytes, then it can accommodate around 3 300 for, it's not limited actually, it depends on project. So how much memory, how much DTC you want, you can increase or decrease uh, your DTC range, sorry, your memory range. Start one sec. Okay, bro, it's fine now, it's fine. Okay, can you explain the flow? Is it possible the same idea? Okay, one sec. Yes, fine. Can you use the defected node after bus of? No, you can use, but you will not get any messages. The transmission or receive you will not get. Can you use the can for speed more than 1 no, you cannot use it. Is a maximum is 1 mbps, so you cannot use the can speed for more than 1 mbps. So what is 127, sir? I got your, and I think you got the answer. Okay. For a practical, any offline tools in these tools? Okay, so actually generally most DTC is 3 byte. Okay, and so practical any offline tools, actually you can go for again the tool what Giridhar has as that the tool. You can download the Vector tool by requesting them. Go to their Vector website, you can give a demo, download, so you'll get the DTC are told by OEM, or I have to decide based on. No, DT, actually DTCs means it's a DTC, means it's a customer's one. So customer will give the DTC to, so it depends again. So if you go for OEM, some OEM used to give their own DTC, because they're, see, if they want to give you the project, so they will not completely rely on you. So they will give only one component to you. Say for example, power steering is a component they used to give to you. So the power steering, if there is, say if you have 100 DTCs in the power steering, some of the DTC are related to brake or accelerator, wheels, everything. So they want to map the DTC to some other components, so hence most of the case they used to give the DTC value. In some cases, even if you are a supplier, then you can also use your own DTC. Then DTC told by, okay, why bitrate and baud rate is same? FOK, can you have any institute in hardware? No, actually I don't have any institute. um why bitrate and baud rate are same? FOC can, how to send more than 8 bytes of, so for sending more than 8 bytes of data, you have to go for a CAN TP. That is, if you send a request with more than 8 bytes of data, then EC will send you the flow control, then you can send the remaining bytes of data. That is the flow control and CAN TP. So actually bitrate and baud rate are different. Bitrate is how many bits are transmitting per second. Baud rate is what is the range of ones and zeros transmitting per second. Can you suggest any book for UDS or CAN study? So for CAN you can go for IS sorry, Bosch. Then for UDS you can go for ISO 14229. It's very bit, it's a bit tough to understand, but once you go through some of the videos in our channel, then if you read, I guess you can understand. So I got the feedback like, after watching your channel video, if I go through ISO, yes, we got something. Okay. If we use service ID 14, it deletes DTC. Where these DTCs are stored, in NVM or? Okay. So actually the DTCs will be stored in the uh, NVM also, because you can read the DTCs by giving. See, if you are giving say for example, if you want to read, giving the status mask, you are reading the, you have 4 DTCs. If you are clearing the DTC, once you clear the DTC, if you give a once you clear the DTC, if you try to read, it will definitely, it will not be there. But if you try to read all the DTCs, okay, say give FF, okay, 1902 and some status mask, whatever you are using in a project, then give FF, then you can read all the details. That means it is still stored in the NVM. Each component on hardware should be checked for the fault. On um, each component on the hardware should be checked for fault. Yeah, it should be, yes, each component should be checked. Yeah, Dharma, yeah, thank you, you're welcome always. mm, Institute for Hill, where I can learn practically. Actually, coming to Hill, you cannot able to learn practically, because the what are the tools and what are the softwares using by the Hill testers or Hill companies, they are not ready to give a training, because due to the copyright infringement, because all the OEMs, or they want more confidential, they are not ready to share, they are not ready to leak. Hence you are not getting the direct instead. But if you are trying to join in, my suggestion is, just go to, once you are joining the company, you can learn, because many institutes are there that they are telling that they'll teach you Hill, and they are collecting money. But no, they are not actually. They are just showing some prototype, and they are ended up with the session. So I'm just suggesting to not to waste your money by giving to any institutes. uh, Better you can go to a company, then you can learn. Even in your company, you'll have more guides, more practical, handbooks, everything, so you can go for that. So okay, which can ID I should use for? So same, what are the ID you are using for sending normal message? You can go for that. There is no separate ID for CAN TP. Okay, once the length will be more, then easy you understand, it will send you the flow control so that you can use. So automotive training institute, and yeah, if any. So I think, yeah, we can